Hello, one and all. Back and alive again. I want to tell you another story right now. It's kind of a love story. I was the most doomed and destitute person I knew. I was really effed up, more than anyone. And probably all think no big surprise here, but if you've seen my other blogs, you know that I'm a sufferer of autism, Asperger's, exactly, form of Tourette's. I have ADD, and I have OCD, and I have IBS. I have a lot of ailments, and I get a lot of my energy out by writing online and by working out and finding every single possible form of entertainment and what have you, like the one I'm doing right now. But this next thing I want to tell you is, this is kind of a disturbed story. Okay, I spent most of my life constantly caged up. Despite all my conditions, I was in bad environments my whole life. I lived in a very nice apartment building, in a very bad part of town. Very bad. Right between the west side and east side. We were not doing well. We really didn't belong there. After school, I was taken to, it wasn't even really a daycare center, it was a little old lady who used to watch us, an elderly old woman and man who were retired, but essentially they took in a bunch of kids and looked after them for the sake of this was working after. They made some fairly respectable, decent money doing it, and it was really terrible. There was nothing for the children to do there. I mean, it was fine if you were an infant or a toddler, but I was there, and by the time I was 5 years old. By the time I was 5, I was too old for that goddamn place, for fuck's sake. I mean, there's nothing for the children to do there. There's no cable television. I mean, there's all these older kids, and there's nothing. And the old bitch, she practiced corporal punishment. She had sticks and shoes that she would beat the children with. Being Chinese, and they believe in corporal punishment. I think it has something to do with the overpopulation, their culture, and all that. And I got beaten quite a bit. I mean, I was one of the smaller children. I mean, she didn't beat the older kids so much because they were kind of harder, and she was too old for that. But there was a lot of whoopings going on. There was nothing for us to do. What I wanted to do more than anything was long to run, to just live, There's nothing to do but sit around and watch TV. And my condition made it awful. I was constantly full of energy. I constantly wanted to do something, to live, to rip it up. And I wasn't allowed to. From elementary school, junior high school, all the way to actual high school, I was constantly out of my element. My head was always, I was unmedicated. I had a lot of energy. I didn't know how to fix my problem. No one did. Over time, things have gotten better. In high school, I tried to basically become an artist, an outright comedian. I became the jack of all trades. I was a comedian. I was a singer. And I was the guy who always knew what to do. I always had the brilliant idea. I always had these lightning fast guys. I was a hyperkinetic wise guy, always knowing the score. And things happened. I mean, when I focused on my aspects, art, film production, I was really interested in making movies. Of all the kids who were in the TV media class, the filming class, I was the only one there who really actually wanted to make movies and volunteer. I think everyone else there was just looking for sort of a Mickey Mouse class to sleepwalk through. Something basic. They want to play with cameras and play on film. I was the only one who really wanted to make something, create something, do something. And in film as literature, film treated as a form of art, I was basically someone who, I was a giver. I mean, I wasn't so out there, but I was always getting involved constantly. And it paid off. At the end of the year, I got, you can see this, the President's Education Award. Can't really see it, the light's kind of blaring off the thing. But here it is. I won the President's Education Award, and much to my astonishment, you see this picture? It's me right here in the car, see? With her, I was named Junior Prince. Class of 2001, motherfucker. I was the Junior Prince. I was eventually elected in English class, the class representative who was going to talk to the city council, city hall. I was going to be, the official representative to go down there. I won a lot of things. I had 2 dates to the junior prom. To homecoming, I had 2 dates again, different women. And one of the most astonishing things about all this was I found a way to make it all work for me. I mean, I was autistic, I was suicidal, I still have a scar on my wrist from where I tried to kill myself. Actually, it happened more than once. God, even I've lost count. I still have these issues. But the thing is, I found an outlet for all the suffering and all the insanity. And that's what I'm trying to do again. So to everyone out there, I tell you this much. Make it work. Find a way, find an outlet. Evolutionist. And now I'm going back to college pretty soon. I'm against student government. I'm going to try and dance again. I'm going to learn how to invest, to go capitalist and make money. But as for my art, my passion, I'm still going to be basically making a bunch of these video blogs on here. I'm going to write a bunch of reviews and editorials. Just look up Dane Youssef to see anything I've done. I still got a lot to do. Another story gives you hope because someday I'm not only going to write a book, I'm going to tell my story on a news show like I did here. Once I'm starting off at the age of 29, I've got so much to do. What about you? How do you want to be a star? As long as you're on this earth, you better get busy living. Look, eventually life is going to kill you. Life tries to kill you every single day, and eventually it's going to win. The trick is to stall as long as possible and try to enjoy as much of it. Even when it's not sunshine, no matter how much it sucks. Find some joy. Try to adapt to any mood. I mean, we're meant to evolve. The whole point is how we can flourish in any environment. Look at roaches. Lowest, most disgusting, but they've been around here long before everything else. They're going to be here after us. Eventually, they're going to go extinct, you know? Sooner or later, it's just a question of when. Try to make it work anywhere. That's my blessing and story to all of you. Please, stay tuned. Keep watching. There's more to come.